I'm sorry. Are you bored by that?
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah, you're young. The energy's high. The Jawsbreakers theme has rolled. Heavy guitar licks are playing in the ears of the listener, and then they're immediately followed by, "Oh."
Yeah,
I'm
I can't help
sure.
it. It just happened, It
Five
just happened.
star rating and review. The hosts are bored by their own show.
I'm not bored by our show. It's just how felt about the movie we're about to discuss.
Oh, very good. Well, this is Jawsbreakers, the Scary Funny Shark movie show. If
Mm.
you're new, welcome. This is a show where we are on, me and my sister, that's that one there. We'll talk about our names in a minute. Don't spoil it. We are on a quest to watch every shark movie in history and then rank them in an undisputed mega shark movie tier list. Yeah, and that's the show. We watch them live in Discord. Join the Discord, and you can watch along with us. And yeah, anything you say can and will be used in a podcast of law, namely this one. So
Yeah.
you can find us at Jaws_show on Twitter or send us an email. What's the email, Jasmine?
I have no idea what the email is.
Oh,
I don't want to give out your personal email by accident.
again,
Yeah, again.
Jasmine. We're like in the middle of a
Uh,
like a live stream or whatever on Twitch.
I I thought
And
that that was the correct
she's like, send us
email.
your emails at insert Brett's personal email here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, I thought that that was the right email and I was wrong. So I'm sorry. It hasn't happened since.
Uh,
So
you can send us an email at jawspod@gmail.com.
there you go.
There
Jaws
you go.
pod.
But my name's Brett. I am the brother of this fearsome duo. What can I say? I'm a comedy guy. You might have heard my voice on other shows like Pokemon After Dark Rye or Let's Die, the Revenant, the His versus Hers Guide to the Apocalypse, the podcast. Or you might have never heard me at all. That's fine too. And joining me today, as always, is chair number 8.
That's really rude.
Order. Or
I'm
did
your
you
I'm your
win?
youngest sister. Yeah.
Did you win back your chair after the last quiz? I can't remember. Remind
I
me.
don't remember. We're getting old. We don't
We'll
remember things
just say that
easily
you
as we
did,
used to.
but you uh you got quizzed on the last shark movie, and I can't remember the results, but I think you won your seat back. So congratulations, you're my official co-host. Now Vinny or Cisco or Chris Logan come back. They don't
It's
automatically
it's
take your chair, they take mine instead.
well, it's already their show. We're just temporarily holding it for them.
Yeah, we're temporarily holding it for them, and oh boy, did we hold it big. Like they owe us big for what we had to watch this time. Look, hashtag positivity podcast.
Positivity
Yeah, hashtag positivity
podcast.
podcast. I don't want to spend a ton of time shitting on this movie. Um, by the way, a movie I would mention was voted on by our patrons at patreon.com/poddog, where you too can vote on the next movie of the month. As of right now, the winning movie is Shark Side of the Moon. So if you would like to help dictate what we watch, check us out.
The
Toss us a cup of
moon.
coffee.
Be a shark.
Very
You
much
must be
appreciated.
swift as a coursing
I
river.
don't think
Be
that's a
a
reference to
shark.
Mulan. I think that's a reference to the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, I
It's
know, but I
literally
put
just
that in there. I had
dark
to
and
say it.
shark rhyme. The dark
I had to
dark
do
shark.
it. I had to sing this. I had to
I
sing
wish
it.
they would have made like a Batman knockoff. That's Sharkman. Hey, I'm
Yeah.
Sharkman.
What would the signal be? Or the
A
not
shark? A
not the
shark fin?
signal, but like the soundtrack. Because you have Batman you know what I'm saying? What would the shark be?
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Sharkman.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Sharkman.
It's
Sharkman.
very close to the
Sharkman.
Batman one, but I mean, I'm sure they would let it
I mean, if it's
slide.
a parody, it's already a parody. It's fair use. Jasmine, we watched a movie called Shark Huntress.
Yes, we
Now, when
did.
you hear the title Shark Huntress and you see a movie poster
Poster,
of
yeah,
of an attractive lady with her back to the audience and she's holding
facing a shark.
facing a giant shark, like I mean massive, like as big as the poster
Hmm.
itself, and she's like, what does she have, like an axe or something? I don't even
She
remember.
had like one of those
Oh, she has the spear gun.
spear guns.
Yeah, for diving.
She looked
Uh,
badass. It was a
it
badass
is,
poster.
and it's probably up on the screen right now. I've probably put it up on the screen after editing. So either right here or right there, maybe up there. I don't
If
know.
you're watching the YouTube video.
Or on Spotify. Spotify shows all the video now, all the time.
Ooh,
So if you're
fancy.
curious to see what I look like, you're welcome. But yeah, this is a movie about a young lady. I forget her nationality, but she's living in Los Angeles. It's like Slovenian or something like that. No? Okay.
I don't know, but
Um,
do I look blurry to you? Because I feel like I look blurry as hell, and I don't know why.
you look fine. Moving on. The movie. Oh, goodbye. She's gone. We lost her.
I'm still here.
Oh, she's still here. So Shark Huntress revolves around the story of a young lady. um, I'm trying to remember. I'm just gonna Google the
So
actual film.
basically, the movie is about a young lady whose mom is
She's
like
young. She's a lady.
her mom is an environmentalist scientist who's
Yeah.
trying to save the planet and create a biodegradable type of
Slovakia.
plastic. And she basically finds out that her mother's missing and then goes on this little adventure to find out
Adventure.
what happened. Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, so first off, the star is Katrina Gray. She is from Slovakia. And it totally shows she definitely has an accent, even though in this movie she's living in Los Angeles. Um,
yes.
she we see from the outset, first scene of this movie, her mom goes into the water and gets eaten by a great white.
But it's not even like she's like actually, it's not a huge scene.
Every time someone is eaten in this movie, it's pretty quick and they fall in
There's
the
some
water.
blood,
There's
but not.
blood for sure, but you don't actually see, like, all you see is a shark fin and it's always off camera otherwise.
And I think that there was only like 4 times that there was an actual shark attack.
You have Katrina Gray's mother,
Mm-hmm.
you have the kayaker, you have
Mm-hmm.
the
Random guy that
no,
girl didn't report
oh yeah, that guy,
picking up trash, and
the
then
guy,
you have
the picking up
and
trash
then
guy.
and then
But
you
you
have the
have
bad side, the
well, no,
bad
you
side.
have no more than that. You have old man Beanie. Who wears the beanie in the tropics? He gets eaten,
Who
but he's
is that?
the old man with the big beard, the conspiracy theorist guy, which we'll talk about in a minute. But
They didn't say he was eaten by a shark. They just found his slipper.
right, and it's we're presumed that the bad guy, like
But no, but I'm
the bad
saying,
guy, killed him and put him in the water. That's
but
what it
I'm
was,
saying,
something like
but
that.
actual like the shark scenes, like
Oh, the
when they're
bad.
getting
Oh, you
attacked
you said the bad
by
guy,
the shark.
right?
Yeah, and the bad guy was the
And
last
then
one.
no,
Oh
there's
no,
another one. There's
best
part
like
of
the
their like
guy
film
friend,
crew or whatever. Yeah,
the guy friend,
they were literally
the
like,
guy.
"Hey, we need to go do something," and he's like, "Hey, okay, I'm gonna like this guy just got eaten by a shark or whatever. Like I'm gonna go. Like we just saw the great white shark. I'm going to go into the water to look for the seaweed, which we'll get to whatever that is in a minute. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
he's eaten, but you never actually see the shark. You see some stock footage filmed below a real shark. You see some stock footage that way. You occasionally might see like some teeth here or there.
Or a
Um,
fin,
the
like a
fin
fin.
is very clearly like floating just underneath the surface, and they're like either remote controlling it or pulling it with a line or something. But
Mm-hmm.
you never get a good look at the shark. Which considering this movie looks good.
There's
Like the filming itself looks good. The setting
sound.
is gorgeous. They've paid actors. They did not put like any money whatsoever into the shark.
There was, they had some sound audio stuff too as
They had
well.
some audio issues for sure. For instance, Dean Alexandru is the main, one of the main leads. He's the social media, uh,
The X, the fling that
the fling of
Sheila.
Katrina Gray. So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we need to play back up a little bit here. So Katrina Gray goes to no one's heard from her mom, so she gets a phone call from what was that guy's name in that movie?
Guru.
Guru. Guru.
Mm-hmm.
So
Who is literally He does not fit in this movie whatsoever. I
Hey,
like
it
he's a
takes
cool
all
looking
shapes
dude.
and sizes,
No, no,
Jazmin.
no.
It's total. I'm
But
not gonna harp on his appearance, although he
I
did look
no,
out of
he's a
place.
cool looking dude, but he literally looks like the only biker guy in like
On the
he's got
island.
a long like on the island. He's got a really long white beard. He's got those
I
thick
just,
black sunglasses, and he has that hat, and he's wearing jeans and like really
yeah, I
like
just
you do
thought it
not
was
expect to
weird that
see
he
that
was
on an
wearing a
island.
beanie in the tropics. Like that seems like you would just be on fire everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he just didn't fit into he was supposed to be like a family friend type character, but to me he didn't fit as a family character just in the way that they had done his clothing and everything like that.
Yeah, wardrobe wasn't on point for him. I assume that was a direction, like an artistic choice. Like they chose to have him
Yeah, maybe
be that way, because everyone else looked like
they
hip,
belonged
young hip people on a
in
tropical
clothes
island.
that you would wear on a tropical island. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the only
Um,
one.
you also, in addition to, oh, so she gets a call from Guru, and she meets up with him at the airport, and they hug it out, and it's apparent that Guru is like a old family friend that knew Katrina Gray. Sheila is her character's name in the movie. They knew Sheila's when she was a kid, and her mom, and apparently Guru only trusts Sheila and her mom, and he's worried about the mom. He's worried. He's also worried about aliens under the ocean. He's a conspiracy theorist type dude.
The alien.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but they don't really make that very like it's just kind of like a throwaway moment until later when he's like freaking out, man. Um,
Yeah, so we meet all the characters basically as she comes onto the island. Two of them are like together. The so-called tech chick, and then you
yeah,
have her man, and then you have Dean,
Dean
who's
is
the
the
love
social.
interest.
He's the former summer fling from when she
The
used
love
to live at the
interest.
island before she moved to LA. He's also like a social media influencer who Luca and what was the girl's name? I'm trying to remember.
I
Uh,
think her name was
Ave
Eve.
Ave Serta, or
Was it
playing the
Eve?
character of Pam, the tech chick, the
Eve.
one that can't live without her phone and technology and social media apps. They're all part of this
Or the
organization, this
friends.
of being
Wanting to save the planet from
of
pollution.
specifically plastic. They are clearly against big plastic. Big plastic is, I guess, the primary one of the primary villains of this movie, even though you don't actually see them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's revealed that Sheila's mom is in fact a scientist. She was
Trying to
working
make
on a way to make biodegradable plastics. Um, cool.
working on
Out
the
of some
code,
rare endangered seaweed. Like apparently she figured out how to do it. She
the
figured out how to make
genetic
plastic from
the
seaweed.
genetic
Jasmine, your audio
code.
is gone
Why is my audio gone?
because you're using a shitty pair of headphones from 70 years.
I'm using the mic. What do you mean?
You gotta, yeah, I don't know what to tell you then. It's not working. Turn it up. These are things you should have done before the show.
I've never had to turn it up before.
Let's all play the Jasmine can't hear Jasmine game. So I'm gonna say a series of embarrassing facts about Jasmine,
Hi. Is that
and
better? I restarted
I'm
it.
not gonna stop until her audio's all
Is my
better.
audio not fixed?
Nope, it sure isn't. So fact number one, when Jasmine was a little teeny tiny toddler, she tripped and fell. The back door was open, and she tripped in such a manner that her head cracked against that metal plate, that strip
Is
that
it
runs
better?
from one side of the door frame to the other. Her head cracked on that, and it gave her a Harry Potter scar, and she became known as the girl who lived. Next embarrassing fact,
Is it still not
Jasmine
working?
was a
Guys,
baddie.
seriously,
She was a
stop.
little baddie. I literally hear nothing now. Now it's worse. It got worse somehow.
Because here it is on my
Nope, still
webcam.
nothing. See your lips moving? Can't hear anything else. Jasmine was a real baddie. She would sneak out of the house when she was but a babe and gallivant across the city. Much to my dad and mother's my poor mother and father, my poor dearest parents. They did
Tell me if it's working.
were feared for her future.
You gonna tell me if it's working?
One time she did a talent show where she was going to juggle.
Hello.
She juggled, but she didn't know how to juggle, and she procrastinated teaching herself how to juggle.
I don't know why you're having
Water
problems
balloons
because
through-
the thing is fine. Right? Is this a
I'm still
bit?
talking because you got no audio, Jazz.
It must be you because
What
my
do you want me to
microphone
do
is
about it?
My
Like,
microphone's
you're literally
working.
yelling
I
at me, and I
tested
can't
it.
hear anything you're saying.
Keep-
Like, I don't know what you're saying. I'm being dead serious. Anyway, so she's
My
juggling these
microphone is
balloons
working.
full of whipped cream,
You have
and
me
they're
muted?
going all over the stage, all over the audience, all over herself. And everyone erupts into laughter because it turns out it was a big comedy routine all along. Boy, were we had, and now that's why she's a famous juggler. No, I don't have you muted. I would much rather you talk.
I was talking. It says my mic.
No, why would I mean to do that? So look, turns out it was actually my fault. You probably heard everything on there.
Are we recording still?
Yeah, I just pressed record again. So you might have heard her yelling at me the whole time while I was like, nope, still can't hear you. Gonna talk about this fucking talent show. It turns out if you're looking on the video, there's a
Oh.
little dial right here. I don't know if you can see that.
On his headset
And
cord.
it's a volumes control, and it must have just rubbed against my titty in a way that turned it down because I totally didn't do it on purpose. But anyway,
It literally was yelling
issue
because my
issue
mic was fine the whole
issue
time.
issue resolved. We can move on. No one is hurt. Everyone
Basically,
is
she
okay.
goes and her mom's missing, and then they find out that there's been a shark attack there on the island. So they go to the morgue. She confirms.
Well, real quick, I want to point out that Guru thinks that Big Plastic is about it, and maybe they released a great white shark into the water specifically to target the mom or whoever. And also, the mom had a boyfriend question mark
Nope.
/ colleague.
It wasn't a boyfriend.
Colleague that he thought was really shady that shared a laboratory space with him.
Oh, they had a secret lab location too, by the way, guys. She's a scientist with a secret lab.
Guru didn't trust him. So you're right. Afterwards, after all this has been established and we've met all of our characters, we go to the morgue. We see it's the mom.
She has her crying moment.
She has a crying moment. Guru just puts his arm around her.
She says, "I'm gonna get vengeance for you."
Literally the next scene, we see them with a jar of ashes, and all the characters up to this point wade out into the ocean and take turns just shuffling, just plopping a little bit of sand, ash into the ocean. It looks kind of weird the way that they it seems like they spent a lot of time on this. And Sheila does, you're right, commits to figuring out what happened, even though we know it's a shark. At this point, you would think, pack up things, time to go home. You know, I don't know.
They did say some smart things, though. Like, this is where sharks live. It's their home. Like, we shouldn't be trying to kill the shark. It's not the shark's fault.
But great whites are never seen in these waters. Like, they never come this far in. We've never seen a great white in this location before, which they weren't very forthcoming with what exactly the location was.
I still like that they added that fact because it was still nice that they didn't make the shark the villain. Because technically the shark wasn't the villain. But the movie is called Shark Huntress, so you would think that the sharks would be the villains in this. But it was just a shark.
You would think that they would hunt a shark.
There was literally... So after they decide they're going to figure out what happens, there's like a montage of them trying to gather information about, where her mom was when she got attacked by the shark, who could have possibly been by it. They do diving lessons for some reason, and she has like a whole panic attack under the water. And it's funny because her head is like 2 inches from the top of the water, but somehow she starts drowning while diving, even though there's a diving instructor there, but then he's just gone.
He just disappears. He went on a potty break because nobody.
And then Dean, the love interest, had to jump in. He was so amped, he was so mad that he punched one of the diving guys in the face. Yeah, I was like,
it's of note that the diving guy is working for Big Plastic and is like, oh, they're poking around, I'll keep an eye on them. But also, like, the
He's
reason why
only
she
mentioned once in this whole movie.
we never see him again after he gets punched at the pool. Like never again. But the reason why she's panicking underwater is because she's having like PTSD flashbacks of her mom being eaten by a shark, even though she had no idea, like she was not there. Like there's no footage of it. Like we're seeing the flashback of her mom being eaten while she's under the water, and we're like, okay, this is clearly building up to a point where she's gonna have a hatred for sharks and she's gonna start attacking them, or she's gonna hunt them, big game style.
No, montage of them walking around beaches, walking on a boardwalk, doing some
I
napping.
I just imagine her like at the end of a dock, like throwing hatchet. I thought they would be like Planet of the Sharks or Sharknado. Like
Yeah.
I thought they'd be flying around, like jumping at her, and she'd be like have like a katana and like slashing them all around her.
Like
Like
maybe it was multiple sharks that attacked her, and so now she's got a shark hit list, and she has to go
it's
find each shark and murder them for
yeah.
revenge.
I
That's what
expected
I
a
was
tale.
thinking.
I expected a tale of revenge as well. Instead, whale. Instead, we got one shark. And we're gonna
He
go ahead
wasn't
and just
even in that though.
we're just gonna say like later in the movie when they do see the shark, she gets angry and tries to go into the water with the spear gun, and they like drag her back out.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the closest we get to her becoming the shark huntress.
Yeah, but
That's
she
it.
didn't even like hit the shark really or
They
anything
don't.
like that.
They don't. She has no direct interaction with the shark at any point. She
No.
she sees the shark, she sees it eat people, or at least one person, and then yeah. I mean that's basically it.
They find the mom's science base. They find that there's a
Yeah,
secret combination to the plant-based plastic. They found the code.
yeah.
The old coworker threatens them. He's the
Mhm.
one that dropped the shark in, and they're like trying to make the knowledge of this code or formula post it to the public, and more people end up kind of dropping. And in the end, she just inherits her mom's science lab,
Yeah,
and
that's the
she and
thing.
what's his face kiss, and it's like that's like the end of the movie. Guru
Yeah.
dies. The only people that live are Eve, Sheila, and Dean, the tech lady.
Is her name? I thought her name was like Pam or something.
She plays Eve. The character's name was Eve.
Oh, my
Oh
video.
no,
There it is.
the actual person's name is Eve.
Oh,
Who
I'm
plays
sorry.
Pam.
Yeah, no, you're correct then. Those three people are the ones that live. Bad guy wants the formula and the island
Falls off a
and the cove
boardwalk.
left to him. He threatens them at gunpoint, and of course he fails.
Sign the will.
Yeah, it's just all kind of, he's like, oh, I just happen to have the paperwork right here. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
She
But
stabs him with a pin, pushes him in the water. The sharks eat him, and then
the
that's
one
it.
shark
That's
eats him.
the one shark. That's the whole movie. And they just talk about plastic the whole time. There was a part where Guru was talking about, he had gotten drunk after seeing someone dead who got killed. He didn't even report the person who died. But mind you, but after a while they
Yeah,
started reporting people.
let's talk about this real quick. So Guru is just minding his business, walking down a beach when he encounters another man
Oh, they're
who's
picking up plastic.
yeah, he's just picking up plastic. He's like, "Whoa, bro, you're picking up the beach." And the guy's like, "Yeah, somebody's got to do it. It's really up to all of us for a reliable and sustainable ecosystem to clean up after ourselves and make it a better place." Yeah, right on, bro, says Guru. And then they depart, and the guy goes out wading, picking up plastic, wades about chest deep, and gets eaten by a shark. Guru walks back, the body's already washed ashore, and he's like, "Oh," and just runs away and tells nobody about it, pretty much.
Nope. And then he starts drinking, and he's got like this fit. And then
Of like,
apparently he knew where the science lab was, so they were like, "I will destroy you if
mad
you
at
don't."
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was silly. Totally
But
silly.
this
I,
movie wasn't a shark movie. It was a
I,
plastic
I,
information
I gotta
ocean
say,
pollution movie.
I gotta say
Ocean
that
pollution
that
movie.
guy that was picking up trash who got eaten, they like buried his leg in the sand to make it look like he was missing a leg, but you could see his heel poking up out of the sand. If you look to the right of the screen, you can see the heel of his foot poking up out, but the rest of it is completely buried to make it look like he was missing a leg. Very funny.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I just
they mentioned You're right, though. They mentioned multiple times. They stressed multiple times about pollution and plastic in the ocean and how we have to be responsible as a as a species, and etc. Like they beat you over the fucking head with it,
It
which
wasn't a shark
is
movie.
not. It really wasn't. And like while I admire the message, it was so in your face. Like they even mention a real oceanographic conservatory foundation or whatever. I believe Guru's like, oh, you need to, like, you have the cove and the island, like you own that, but you need to donate it to somebody like Ocean Lovers Anonymous or whatever it was. I don't remember. Do you remember what it was?
No, I don't remember what it
But
was.
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, they
And
tried
then
to.
and then we were
I
like,
don't.
is that a, he's like, those people will use it for good and be able to use the island to better conserve the ocean. And I'm like, we're like, is that a real like nonprofit or something? And we looked it up, and it sure enough it was. This movie was,
Not a
oh,
shark movie.
it was
Not
well,
a shark movie.
it's definitely built itself as a shark movie with a title like Shark Huntress, and it does that classic thing that all shark movies do. They exaggerate the best thing about them is the poster, which I hate to say, but um overall, like I'd be really curious to know like what the budget was for this, because the location was beautiful. The actors weren't like the worst acting I've ever seen in any of these, in any movies, period. Like they were all fine.
They're fine. I
They're
mean,
gonna
some of
be
it wasn't believable, but it was like okay.
they're gonna be they're better than me or you are gonna do. You
Oh
know,
yeah, definitely better than us.
I'll say that much. So like I think a lot of this failure was the script is pretty much misery, and I hate the poo poo on the director, but there's just some stuff in this that just
And
could this could have
while
been
we're
cut.
at it, yeah, while we're at it, I'll go ahead and lay out the facts of this movie if
Before you
you
do,
want it.
sure, I'll take them, but before you do that,
Hmm.
um, I just wanted to elaborate on something. Let me think real quick here. If there's anything that we missed. Uh,
I
uh,
wrote a fun fact. I wrote down in my notes something about cremation, and then I forgot why I wrote down the word cremation.
you
Something
probably, it's so jarring, the scene, that scene, like it's just like she's grieving over her mom, and then boom, we're in the ocean with a bunch of ashes, and then they're just plop 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 in the sand in there. Like it's not a beautiful like ashes in the wind, kind of thing. It's literally just them taking turns dumping sections of a jar. It's not even an urn, it's a jar, and they're just dumping chunks of it out and plopping into the water. Uh like the sand was, it's like the sand wasn't even dry or whatever it was
Mhm.
they used. Like I don't know. It was a little just odd. There was something else that I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember at this point.
So, since you can't remember, I'm just going to do the facts.
Yeah,
For
that's
those of
fine.
you
Go
who
for it.
want to watch this movie, it's an hour and 22 minutes. The movie literally felt like a real like longer than that. It just because it was just hard to watch. So, just heads up if you do decide to watch it. Um, that's how long it apparently is. And then it was made in 2021. So it was released in October in 2021. So it's a
Mhm.
fairly new movie. Um I couldn't find a budget listed for this movie. I would have to say that's probably not got a huge budget. As you were talking about the director, it was a guy named John Riggins. I looked him up and he hasn't directed any other films. This is
Okay.
the only thing
Well,
that has him listed.
well, he did a great job for never having directed a film before. We don't know his credits or whatever. He did a
Mhm.
fantastic job. Kudos. You made an awesome
Yep.
movie. You had a beautiful location. You had beautiful actors. Congratulations.
Mhm.
Maybe the failure isn't with the direction of the movie. Maybe the failure is with the marketing of the movie, trying to market it as a shark
Yeah.
movie. Like they could have called this movie. They could have built this movie as
Conspiracy Plastic.
no, just a drama. Just call it what it is. Call it a drama, and then call it something else other than Shark Huntress. Call it. I mean, give it a different title that more accurately depicts this events, like
The
Laguna.
Plastic Conspiracy.
No, like seriously, like for instance, if the name of the bay where the shark is, and and the secret lab is, let's say, for instance, we don't know the name of it, but let's say the name of it is Crescent Moon Bay. Like, isn't that a better title? Crescent Moon Bay. And then label it as a drama, and you got no issues. Well, you still have
There's
issues, but
but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm blaming marketing. Someone was like, "We're gonna, shark movies are the rage. We're gonna slap on a fancy poster and build this as an action movie when there's very little."
Very, very little action. But it was written by a Dustin Alexander III and a Dante Delmar. I did check the ratings on this. The only people that rated it, besides us, is IMDb, and they give him a 1.6 out of 10. I could not locate any other ratings. I didn't even have a rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So, not a lot of people have seen this movie, and the people who have seen this movie, I think, basically said the same exact thing that we are saying now. So, take with that what you will.
I will, in fact.
Do you want to do the quiz, or do you want to go ahead and rate it?
Sure, I'll take a quizzy
Okay.
wizzy.
So I'm gonna have to let you guys know that this movie was so just based on the pollution and stuff that literally that's all I could remember about the whole movie was pollution. I couldn't think of anything really that stood out to me other than the pollution. So a lot of these are questions about ocean pollution. So, Brett,
Yeah.
what are the two types of plastic waste? Which they probably mentioned it in the movie, maybe. They talked about plastic so much.
I'm listening. What was the question? I didn't hear.
What are the two types of plastic waste?
Oh, I thought you said one. I thought you was like ... like continuing.
No.
What are the two types of plastic waste?
Mm-hmm.
Recyclable and non-recyclable. Next question.
No, the answer is high density polyethylene or HDP, which means
Why would I know that?
I don't know. You asked me a lot of questions that I don't know, so
That's not fair. I'm allowed to do things like that.
Well, I'm also a host, so I'm also allowed to do those things.
Oh.
The second answer would be
Mm.
polyvinyl chloride, which is a solid plastic made from vinyl chloride. Yay,
Okay.
plastic.
Yay. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag please sponsor us, Big Plastic.
There's a point in the movie where Pam talks about burning calories while doing the bound chicka wow wow. Brett, what is the average calorie per minute that is burned when doing the bound chicka wow wow?
The average calorie per minute?
Yeah.
That's so specific. That totally depends on how long you can go for, I guess. So I'm gonna say 10 calories per minute.
You are incorrect. Do you want to try guessing how many calories total versus
can I have
women?
Can I do like a Price is Right rules? Can I get the closest without going over?
Yeah. And I'll add to, you can pick the demanded calories between men and women. There's two, they have different amount.
Oh, well, that's not fair. You didn't specify that. All right. So for women it's 29 and for men it's 79. 69. 69.
You're for who?
69 for men.
I'm sorry, Brett. The answer was 69 for women and 101 for men. The average calorie per minute. The average calorie per minute, including both men and women, is 3.6 calories. So you got that wrong.
Wow, I got a question wrong that didn't even matter to the plot of the movie.
I didn't have a lot written. Everything was about plastic.
You could have done everything. I was gonna say you could have done everything about plastic and recycling.
A lot of it is about
ocean
plastic.
conservation.
I have three more questions.
Great, do it.
Brett, are all plant-based plastics biodegradable?
No. Final answer.
Correct. That's correct.
Easy.
For a plastic to be biodegradable, the material needs to be able to disintegrate into smaller pieces and then ingested by microorganisms. So not all plant-based plastics
correct
can do that.
Talk to let's go to a vacation to Trash Island, and you'll see.
All right, one out of three, Brett.
Mm-hmm. I think I should get a half point because I said 69. That's pretty amazing that I got
men, but that's
close.
not the right answer. The right answer was for women.
Yeah, but I still should get a. I should get a quarter point.
I'll give you a quarter point. You're at
Okay,
1.25.
Yeah, I'll take
out
it.
of 3. Brett, fourth question. An estimated blank tons of plastic enters our oceans every year. An estimated blank tons of plastic enters our ocean every year.
69,000. 6,900 tons. 690 or more. 6.9 million tons. 6.98 million tons.
Yes, that is correct. It is 8 million tons of plastic enters our oceans every year.
I said 6.98, but sure, I'll take it. 8 million.
It only took you like 10, 20 tries.
And you pointing up.
I'll give you that. I'll make it a full 2 points out of 4. So you're 50.
Okay. 50%. I'm still failing, 50. But okay.
Okay. Last question.
Sure.
What are 3 things a human, us merely humans, can do to help with ocean pollution?
How many are you looking for?
3.
3? One of them is recycling.
Okay. Yeah? Reduce your use of single plastics. Yeah.
Yeah. One of them, I'm guessing, is sustainability. Well, I guess that can go in with recycling. I'm gonna say using alternative things. So instead of like a plastic bag, use a paper bag or something.
That's goes into reducing your use of plastic.
Oh. But I didn't say reducing. I didn't say that. I said recycling.
Yeah, but when you recycle, you reduce the amount of.
When you recycle, you are not reducing the amount of plastic you use. You're just recycling whatever you do use.
Okay.
But that's what I'm trying to say for number 2 is reducing the amount of plastic you use and being conscious of that. That's what I was trying to say with that second one.
Okay.
The third one is investing in future technologies to help clean up the plastic that we already have polluted the earth with.
You're very close, actually. So I'll just read them off.
Sure.
So you could, if you are interested in helping with ocean pollution, you can 1, get involved by supporting organizations. You can do that by joining an organization to clean up a beach, or, donating to an organization to help with doing that type of thing.
That would be what I said, investing.
Yeah, I said you got that one.
So I think I won.
But it's not just investing. It's you can actually go and clean up a beach.
And what would that be if not an investment in the earth?
Okay. I gave you that part of the question.
Thank you.
And then 2 would be reduce your use of single-use plastics.
Right.
Make sure you recycle, using alternatives instead of having to just use all plastic.
Yeah.
And then you didn't get this one. It's similar to the first answer, but it would be to support your legislation to curb plastic production and waste. So
we all know that the government is in the pocket of big plastic. That'll never work. But
I mean, that's what Guru would say.
So
but
mitigate how much plastic you use. When you do use plastic, make sure it's recyclable. Then recycle the plastic that you do use, and then help clean it up. Oh, and then bribe a politician under the table to help pass legislation and laws to better protect the environment and reduce big plastics hold on us.
To protect the sea aliens that we all know are down there.
Yeah, Jazmin, we need to rate this. Did I do okay overall?
Yeah, you did good. You did good. I would say you got a C.
Yeah, I'll take it. C is passing. So we rate every movie we do on a scale. We have an eye roll meter, a cheesy factor, and the brutality. I'm gonna rename that actually. Eye roll meter, cheesy factor, and the brutality.
Gore.
No, I'm trying to think of a word like meter or factor.
Why doesn't factor or meter work?
Because we already used it. All right, we'll come back to it. Jazmin, let's rapid fire this. Eye roll meter off the charts. For me. What about you?
Can I didn't even eye roll because it was just, uh, you know.
So no eye rolling for you? Okay.
No.
Cheesy factor, through the roof.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty cheesy, but it wasn't a good cheesy. Or it
Uh,
wasn't.
brutality, not at all.
No. No. There was some blood but they didn't really put in the work to like have like maybe like a fake plastic leg like some movies that we've seen, and
So
they didn't try any of that stuff.
I'm going to read, I'm not reading the entirety of the list. You can hear the full list on previous episodes, or you can check out our Twitter at Jaws_show for the updated list.
I'm pretty sure we're
There
unanimous.
are 29 movies. Well, 28 on this list, about to be 29. I'm just going to read the top 10, and then I'm going to read the bottom 4 or 5. So top 10, we have number 10, Sharknado 6, It's About Time. Number 9, Ouija Shark. Number 8, House Shark. 7 is The Reef. Then we have Shark Attack from circa 1999. Then number 5, Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf. Six-Headed Shark Attack rounds out number 4. 47 Meters Down Uncaged is the number 3 spot. Jaws, the OG, is number 2. And number 1 for us is 47 Meters Down.
Still unbeatable, man. Still unbeatable.
Yeah, this movie is not going to rank number 1, unfortunately. But the bottom 5, as it sits, is number 24, Avalanche Sharks. Number 25, Jurassic Shark. Number 26, Sharknado: The Fourth Awakens. Ooh, it got a spot on the top and the bottom. Number 27, Ice Sharks. And number 28 at the bottom, Virus Shark. Jazmin, where do you think is a good place to slot in Shark Huntress?
I would rather 100% watch Virus Shark 10 times before I watch this movie again. So
hashtag positivity podcast.
Positivity podcast.
That says a lot, Jazmin, and I'm inclined. I don't think I want to watch Virus Shark 10 times, but I would rather watch it at least one more time more than I would like to watch Shark Huntress.
I guess
I think it
true.
is going down to the
If I had
bottom.
a choice, I wouldn't want to watch.
I mean, that says everything right there. The movie that's on the bottom of our list, we would rather watch it than this movie. So, congratulations, Shark Huntress. We have a new bottom of the list, number 29.
You made the list. Congratulations.
Number 29, Shark Huntress. Directly
we
underneath
watched you
Shark.
and we spent time together as a family. You have brought us closer as
If
siblings.
you have a positive message.
Yes. The most positive message out of all of our movies, mind you.
You're all attractive young and talented people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a bright future.
Yep. Save the ocean.
Save the ocean. And folks, that's going to do it for us on Jawsbreakers. Jazmin, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
smile, you son of a bitch.
Why do we do it so slow all the time?
We did a bad job.
Yeah, well. We're not professionals. Man, we are just so good at podcasting. You have no idea, guys.
Well, at the end of every show, we always watch the trailer for the next movie that we're going.
We sure do. It got so dark out.
Yeah, it's definitely very dark and over at your house. Give me a
Yeah.
second here.
Maybe that's why my screen is starting to look like that.
Sharing the portion of the screen now, and now I gotta share audio, which I can do right now. There it is. And then just turn it down just a smidge because it's loud. You ready for this?
I'm so ready for this next movie we're gonna watch.
This is Tabula Rasa Mission Control.
Oh, a lot of that looks good.
The effects look fucking sweet.
Yeah.
It's a spaceship being launched into space and landing on the moon.
Let's see that.
Crash landing on the moon.
Supposed to be
Something.
one of the different movies.
So like clearly like the sharks are under the surface of the moon and they're like swimming through like the outer layer like it's water.
Why are there sharks on the moon?
To be originals.
Welcome to the
Tell me this soundtrack is not inspired by Stranger Things.
Mm.
Where did they take him?
It's like a secret base on the moon. One small step for man.
We are going home. You're from Earth?
A man being slapped around by a
A
shark.
one giant step for shark kind.
Yeah, one small step for man, one giant step for shark kind.
To be honest, those sharks look cool. I have to admit.
Dude is jacked. This is like Street Sharks the movie. Like, look, it's a hammerhead shark on the body of what looks like a doom alien. Like, it is incredibly just ripped.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't think I've ever like we have not seen a movie that has actually like taken the time to like do that level of
I mean,
costuming for the shark.
In fairness, our movie would definitely do that if we had the money for it.
The only other people that did like costuming for their sharks, I think, was Sharks of the Corn because they had that
But
weird.
excuse you, house shark?
That's true. Well, I was talking more like man-made thing. House shark's
Oh.
more like a puppet.
Well, this thing's not man-made. This is it's
It's a
CGI.
person. This has to be a person though.
No, it's a CGI. It's CGI.
Not,
Joe.
there's not. Well, yeah, there's not a person in that. Like,
No, it's CGI. I just told you.
fully.
Yeah,
fully
what?
CGI.
Look at it.
believe
Look at it.
I don't believe it.
100% that is CGI.
There has to be like a dude standing there.
It
with,
is
like,
not.
green-
It's fucking CGI.
the
I can
green
tell.
suit on?
It's so obvious that it's CGI.
I don't know.
Like all of that is definitely CGI.
It's either us or them.
Shark side of the moon.
It looks good. I'm excited for this one. This will be definitely different than a lot of the movies we've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm totally down. But that's gonna do it for us. We'll see you next time. We check out our socials, InstaPodDog, Jaws_show for when we decide to stream that on our Discord.
Yeah.
That's where you can look out for the announcement for that. But until next time, stay sharky, fools.
Bye.
Bye.